Oh yeah, Diddy got a podcast.
You have people who say that this could be the most important election of our lifetime. Do you agree with this? Uh-huh.
I don't believe it's the most important election.
Ooh, I did not expect that answer, even from you.
I wasn't even active in the voting process when the first Bush was in office, Bush Senior. I think he's passed now. I think when Clinton took over, again, that was around 94 or something like that. That was supposed to be a very critical point in time.
All right.
Even though Obama, when he was coming in office, that was a critical election. I don't think so. We hype these things up, but they just boil down to bread and circus, and that's a term that the Romans used to use to give the masses what they want. Feed them bread and give them this blood sport. So that's all we're seeing now, more bread and circus in the United States.
I was not expecting that answer.
Oh yeah, these elections mean nothing for me as a man of color in the United States of America. These are just processes that we go through every 4 years, and we repeat the same thing.
Now,
Tomorrow, you and I, we will still face the same adversary tomorrow. We will still face the same fear of driving in our car and a police get behind us. We will still be marginalized on jobs. We will still be underpaid.
No matter who's in office.
That's not going to change.
Black man's, the white man, it won't make a difference. Great segue for me to say to you, when you hear people say, and I believe you and I may have had this conversation before, exercise your right as an American and vote. You should not have an opinion if you have not voted. If you have not voted, shut up. You hear people say, it is your American duty. It is your job. It is your duty as an American to not only vote for who's running for office, the highest office in the country, but to vote locally, because locally is probably more important than who's at the very top.
Right.
Okay. What do you think when there's a response to those people? The response of, okay, from a so-called black man saying to these people who's telling them this, I'm an American. And if you said that to Timmy, who's a Caucasian 20-year-old middle-class young male, then maybe it resonates with him a little bit more. But when you're looking at me, when you're telling me to vote for a system that's not going to do anything and someone could argue has never really done anything for people who look like me, then that exercise your right to vote or die doesn't really apply to me, because voting is or should be like anything else. If I give you my vote, I should be getting something. No. You shouldn't be promising me that you're going to be giving me something. You're not going to give me this politically correct gibberish to get my vote. You're not going to take pictures with celebrities that look like me to hype me up. You're going to actually give me something. I gave you my vote. What do I get in return? That's not selfish. It's a fair exchange. You have people who say vote because your ancestors died. My ancestors died, but they didn't die for me to vote. Okay. They died more than likely because a racist white person killed them.
That's the truth of the matter. That's the beautiful truth of it right there. I don't think that is the worst one I hear. And it's
a common one, Hassan. Yes, like it's very, very popular.
People died for the right to vote. You have to understand this is a system that was hesitant on giving you the right to vote when they voted this in the Constitution through the amendments. So I think our local elections are critical, and this is right time for so-called people of color to change the dynamics and the demographics of these elected positions. The so-called white man in America, they were hesitant about affording us the privilege to vote. But Since that time, I don't think people of color has really thought about what does it look like to withhold the vote. I don't think we that organized, unfortunately. What would that say if every person that looked like you and I just didn't vote? We ain't even got to worry about a platinum plan then, because they would really be coming at you with a plutonium or
Right.
some
Right.
other higher grade
Right.
metallic plan.
Right.
Because they would really say these people are fed up.
They're serious.
But we are not there yet mentally, because we still think folks died for us to vote. We still think a country that has redlined you, marginalized you, raped, burnt, killed, pillaged you, really give a damn about you. And I hate to say it like that, but there's a maxim of law says the methods are many, but the principles are few.